Hey y'all, welcome back. We ended our fountain video and told you about our next project, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to turn the bed around the fountain into a beautiful landscape. It looks like crap right now. To be perfectly honest, we're not happy with it at all. So I'm Michael. This is Michael. Yes, Michael squared. Um,
Everybody.
we're going to get started on this. So let's show you what we got here. So this is the garden space that we have to work with today. You can see the beautiful fountain that we did. Um, love the fountain, but the garden around it looks terrible. So we're going to add a raised garden around it. I mentioned in the other video that we're going to hide that. The new garden's going to do that for us. You can see the rhododendron here. I've never seen deer eat rhododendron. However, this winter they went to town on it and tore almost every leaf off. The good news is it's starting to come back. You can see here at the base there's lots of new growth. Same on this one. So we can't add dirt to the bottom of these throughout the garden. So we're going to dig those up and add them back into the landscape here. Um, so with that, I'm not going to bore you with the details. We are going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's show you what we've got. We have 2x6 boards. These are 8-foot lengths. We'll have to cut those down just a little bit. We have landscaping bricks as well. That we'll use. We got those at Lowe's. And then this is what we're going to use to hold everything in place. These are steel pins that you get for rebar. We'll screw those into the boards and that should hold everything back. And then we have 20 bags of dirt. We're hoping that that's enough. I've measured everything out and it should be with 2 cubic feet per bag. So that's 40 square feet of dirt. And then I also have, for drainage, I bought one of these from Lowe's as well. This actually hooks to a gutter system, but we'll use that in our low spot here to get the water to go underneath the bed instead of through it. All right, let's get to work. Okay, so here is where we are. We have the boards in. They are all anchored down really nicely. Those aren't going anywhere. We have a drain right here. I know this looks rudimentary. We're going to get that fixed into place really well when we put the dirt in. But this is basically just to stop the drainage that's going to come around the wall. I don't want it to drown out my Korean fir tree. So the drain should be there to catch everything. And it will actually run down the hill from behind. That's extendable. So I'm going to extend that down the hill so it can drain away. The rocks are in. They are not set yet. We do have some paver sand that we're going to put on there. And then our extension cord is going to be trenched into the ground for our fountain. We're actually going to put some lights in as well. I've also dug up the rhododendrons that are kind of on their last leg. But we're going to try to save them. Here they are in the cart. They're in a nice shady spot. The roots didn't look fantastic, but they were rooted in. So we're going to do our best to save those and see what we can do there. So now we're just going to fill it with dirt and we'll be all done. All right, so now that we have all of our dirt in, we get to plant, which is the best part of the entire project. And I know you're ready for us to get to it. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the plants that we've got. So around the edge, we have 2 different types of begonias that we're going to use. This beautiful double begonia, a double white. Look at these blooms. Let me show you what they're going to look like in the end. This one especially. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that bloom. And those are going to rain over the wall. So we're going to have these lined up around the wall. Now, Be careful with these, especially we're planting them near a fountain. This fountain's going to splash, and that splash, these are not going to love that. They do not want to be wet. They will rot at the base. So you're going to plant them a little bit high so water runs off, and you want to plant them where it's going to be a little bit drier. Now I am going to run drip to this entire system. That's an upcoming video as well. I will not run drip to these. I will self-water them as needed because they're not going to need as much water as everything else. So with that, we're going to add another begonia as well. These are called big white green leaf begonias, and another really pretty begonia. I love the foliage. The blooms are great too, but look at that foliage. That beautiful bright green. That's going to look great against a dark mulch that we're going to do in here as well. These will be on the edge also. The next one is a hosta. This is a bedazzled hosta. And look at that. Getting ready to bloom already. I know a lot of people don't grow these for the blooms, but I love the blooms on them. They're beautiful, light purple, and that's my signature color, light purple. These do not get very big at all. These are 6 to 8 inches high and 18 to 21 inches wide. So not a really large size. Again, we're going to use this around our border, around the rocks in the front. Now the most important thing. Oh my goodness, we have these Color Blaze Coleus. I love these. These are from Proven Winners. They can take sun, which is amazing for a Coleus. If you're a Coleus lover, you know they do not like sun at all. These do. They can handle the sun. Now, I have not tested that yet, but I've watched video upon video upon video, and they do great in the sun. We're in the shade, so these will probably want to reach for the sun, so they may get a little bit leggy. No problem with Coleus. You pinch the top out, they broaden out, no big deal at all. Now these can handle the moisture. I'm not going to plant them too close because I don't want them to stay wet, but they can take the extra moisture that's going to be in here. So this one is Golden Dreams Coleus. This is 24 to 40 inches tall. This one, this is my favorite. It's a little bit bleached out now because it's been in the sun, but this is called El Brido. Again, 24 to 40 inches tall. Isn't that foliage amazing? I love that color. The next one is Wicked Witch. Another really great color, that dark maroon. I love that one. This one gets, again, 24 to 40 inches tall, so these are all going to be the same height. Beautiful. Next is Sedona Sunset. I love the color variations on that one. A little bit more muted in the reds, but again, 24 to 40 inches tall. And then this one is Lime Time. Another favorite of mine. I'm doing this in a container later this week as well, and I think it's going to be really pretty. Again, 24 to 40 inches on that one. And then our final one is going to go right in front of the fountain. Another hosta. This is called Francais with 2 E's. How fancy. Uh, again, not a large hosta. This one's 14 inches high, 36 inches wide. So that's going to pop down right there in the front of our fountain. So we have some beautiful plants here. We're going to put these out in the bed and see what they look like. I'm going to play around with how I want them situated within the bed. We did water in the transplanted rhododendrons as well. They're looking really good right now. They did not wilt at all. So I'm very hopeful on those. I think they're going to do great. So let's put these out in the bed and get them planted. Okay, I think we have our placements. Now, full disclosure, I did my math wrong and I bought the wrong number of border plants, but we've eliminated some, so I think we're going to be all right. The border won't be quite as full, but I think it'll fill in just as well. I think it'll be nice. So we have our double begonias on the ends. I did mirror everything because I wanted some symmetry, even though our bed is a little bit off center. Our Wicked Witch, our Golden, Lime, El Brido, Sedona. And then our hostas in the center, because the hostas can absolutely take the moisture that's going to come off of the fountain. And then again, same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're going to get planting. I'm going to do a little bit of biotone in with every plant so that they get a little bit of starter food. These will be fertilized at least once a week, maybe once every other week. We'll see how they grow first, but probably every week to start. We're done. We did make a couple of changes as we went along, which you may have noticed when we were planting them in. We added a double impatient here. Um, Again, I realized I counted wrong at the garden center, so I wanted to make sure that we had everything that we needed here. So I added that to give us a little bit more depth. I will check these as we go along to make sure that the fountain is not giving them too much water. I can adjust their water as well once we get the drip system put in, which is coming. We do have a few more things to finish up here. Number one, the drip system. That'll be an upcoming video. We're going to show you how we put it in, how we hook it up. All of that is coming in a video here shortly. And then we're going to mulch everything over the drip system so that you can't see it. We are going to go with black mulch. I love the way that the black in the dirt really shows off the color of the Coleus. So really excited about this bed. I think it turned out super well, especially considering the way that it looked before. It was a bit of a mess. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a subscribe. But otherwise, we'll see you next time.